Hey guys, Jack Bennett here from iCanPlayDrums.com. Today we're checking out the third video in the series of some basic blues shuffle patterns. As I've said at the start of the previous two videos, lots and lots of different ways that you can play this. Hi-hat, ride, you could play it on a cowbell, you can do all sorts of different things, but I'm just showing you some basic patterns to get started. So in the first example, we learned how to do this. Okay, 4 on the floor, backbeat on 2 and 4, and the 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1 on the hi-hat. Second lesson, we started putting the ghost note on the middle triplet of every single beat, and it turned it into this. And today we're going to look at varying the bass drum figure. All right, so we're going to learn two patterns today. If you want to learn a whole vocab of this stuff, check out Total Drumming Success System. This is an example of what you'll find in that package, and the link is below. But today I'm going to give you two examples. Instead of just playing boom, 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 which is really good and really powerful in certain situations, if the music calls for, or if you just want to, play something a little bit more syncopated and varied, here's a couple of basic ideas. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to play on the third triplet of both beats 1 and 3, as well as beat 1 and 3 themselves. So now, if this is the pulse, 1, 2, 3, we're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 3 and. Obviously, I'm not playing my left foot. That was just there for reference, but that's what the right foot's doing. So again, we're still playing on both beats 1 and 3, but we're also playing on the third triplets of 1 and 3, but we're not playing on the next triplet, which would be 2 and 4. Okay, so we're not playing 1, 2, 3, 4 anymore. Okay, so now we have to learn how to coordinate that with everything else that's going on. So as I said in the first video, if you find that you can't play these 3-limb exercises straight away, break them down into 3 exercises of 2 limbs. Okay, so the first one would be maybe playing the right foot pattern with, say, the snare drum on 2 and 4, and that'd sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you could play the right foot with the hi-hat pattern, so the right hand. That'd sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is a prime example of when we're playing internal dynamics and how hard it can be to get right. You'll notice that on beat 1 or 3, I'm playing the bass drum, and all my bass drum notes are loud, by the way, or solid at least, and I'm playing the solid right foot with an accent with the right hand. Fine. We're hitting hard with both limbs, that's fine. But when we get to the third triplet of 1 or 3, I'm playing a soft note here. Remember, it's that tip of the stick note preceding beat 2 or 4, but I'm still playing loud with the right foot. Soft with the right hand, but loud with the right foot. This is what I'm talking about when I keep banging on about internal dynamics. It's difficult because not every limb is playing the same dynamic at the same time, and this is internal dynamics. Once again, that's inside the actual dynamic, the global dynamic. Let's say we're playing at mezzo, forte, or whatever. Inside that dynamic, we have the internal dynamics, and a lot of it is the softer stuff. So that's really difficult. You might want to spend a bit of time kind of micromanaging that as well, going, okay, so it's loud on beat 1, then the right foot's loud on the third triplet, but it's soft up here. And then 2, 3. Same thing there, isn't it? Okay, so really slow. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. What's really natural is lateral coordination. Diagonal coordination, the brain finds a little bit harder. So it's going to be really natural if you're thinking, oh, well, my right foot's going boom, 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 boom. Your right hand's going to want to do that as well, but you have to say no. No right hand. You're going to, naughty, you're going to go, right? And it's hard. Then when you put the backbeat in, you get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. right, so you saw there what I was doing was I was adding in that middle triplet that we've been doing in the previous lesson. So once again, let's get the hands happening first of all. Add the right foot now. All right, the final variation I'm going to show you in this lesson, we're going to keep with that pattern since we bothered to learn it. So instead of just playing 1 and 3 and 1 and 3 and, we are now going to play 1 and 3 and 1 and ba boom boom. All right, and that sounds like this. Now, obviously, that's a lot more busy with the right foot than either the straight 4 that we did in the first video or just even in this video, just going and so on. So it's up to your musical discretion when to choose what pattern to play, right? And that comes down to having done a lot of playing in a lot of bands, but it also comes down to having done lots and lots and lots of listening to music. Some of it will be guided by the bass player. If the bass player is playing like a groove from The Way You Make Me Feel, Michael Jackson, or if you're playing Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder or something, boom, 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 boom. Excuse my scatting and my imitating slap bass, but if he's playing a really kind of complex rhythm, it might suit that the bass drum also does that. If someone's playing just a walking 4, like a walking jazz line, it might actually sound really out of context if you started playing quite syncopated with the right foot. So you've got to be, you've got to use your musical discretion. And it's not to say that there's a right and a wrong, but you'll start to get an idea of it when you've listened to a lot of music, how certain grooves are supposed to sound in certain tunes. All right. So that's the final variation for the lesson. We're going to play backbeat, and we've got the ghosties happening. So there you go, guys. That's another lesson, the final of this week's 3 lessons on a basic blues shuffle. As I said at the start, many different ways you can play it, but these patterns will hopefully give you a bit of a framework to start from. If you want a more structured lesson series on this and you really want to delve into it more, check out Total Drumming Success System. The link is in the video below, and we will see you soon with a new video. Thanks for watching. Take care.